Good evening and welcome to our Committee of Adjustment meeting this July 13th, 2026. Can I get a mover and a seconder to open the meeting? Moved by Councillor McInerney, seconded by Deputy Mayor Lang, that we open this meeting at 6:16 p.m. All those in favor? Carried. Confirmation of the agenda. Are there any changes to the agenda? Okay, mover and seconder to accept the agenda as presented. Moved by Deputy Mayor Lang, seconded by Councillor Jaworski that we, I'm not supposed to use council members, so I'm just going to use first names. Last week I used committee members, so moved by Martin Lang, seconded by Stephanie Jaworski that we open, that the agenda be accepted as is. All those in favor? Carried. Disclosure of pecuniary interest. Are there any? Seeing none. Approval of previous minutes. Were there any errors or omissions noted? Okay, mover and seconder to accept them. Moved by Sam McInerney, seconded by Martin Lang that we approve the previous minutes as presented. All those in favor? Carried. We'll get to new business. This is A09 2026. I believe Mr. Linton will be presenting, but following a presentation from Mrs. Haley.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Good evening, everyone. We have one item on our agenda this evening. So before we get started, I'm going to read some required wording under the Ontario Planning Act. Any person may attend this hearing and or make written or verbal representation either in support of or in opposition to the proposed minor variance. If a person, the applicant, or public body does not make oral or written submissions at this hearing or before the minor variance is decided upon, their comments will not be considered by the Committee of Adjustment. Only the applicant, the minister, or specified persons or public bodies with an interest in the matter may appeal the decision of the minor variance of the Committee of Adjustment to the Ontario Land Tribunal within 20 days of the decision. Note that the committee members have reviewed the application along with any written submissions received in support of or in opposition prior to this hearing, and in addition, we'll hear today oral submissions from any interested parties. The minor variance that's before us this evening is known as A09 2026. We have online the agent for the property owners, Mr. Matthew Linton. So our meeting will begin with a presentation, followed by questions from the committee and members of the public if there are any. The subject property is located at part of Lot 4, Concession 9, being Part 4 in Reference Plan 14R 6658 in the geographic township of Lancaster, now in South Glengarry, County of Glengarry, and located on Lakeshore Drive in Lancaster Heights. The subject property is approximately 1 acre in area. This is a key map of where the property is located. Just to help orient where you are, this is the province of Quebec. So we're at the very northeastern portion of South Glengarry. And as I mentioned, we're located in the subdivision called Lancaster Heights. And these lots were recently created by the township, these four parcels of property. The owner proposes to construct a single detached dwelling, and the proposed dwelling will encroach into the exterior side yard setback on the north side. So I'm going to explain that a little bit further in a minute. The request or the purpose of the minor variance this evening is to reduce the required exterior side yard setback from 15 meters to 10.3 meters to the north side of the proposed single detached dwelling. This is a site plan that has been provided to us by Blueprint. The gentleman online this evening, the agent Matthew Linton, is an employee of Blueprint. So this property is quite unique, whereby you're surrounded by a road on 3 sides. Most parcels of property don't normally have that orientation. The way that they're proposing to orient the new structure, it requires a 15-meter setback on the front yard, which they can meet. It requires a 15-meter setback on the exterior side yard to the south, which they can meet. And it's this area in here where they're just shy of meeting that exterior side yard setback to the north. You'll see here that there's a proposed residential garage sometime in the future. Detached structures have different setbacks than the primary structures, so we're not discussing that portion this evening if you were wondering why that's encroaching a little closer. And this is a photo of the sign that was erected as part of the requirements of the Ontario Planning Act. And then, this photo I took, it's a Google Street View photo. As I mentioned, when you have a parcel of property that's surrounded by 3 sides, it's hard to get your camera to go on all 3 sides. So this was kind of a unique way to look at it. And right here, we're looking north and west to the subject property. So the house would be somewhere placed in the middle here, looking towards the street. This is the zoning in the official plan schedule. So the subject property is zoned as state residential in our zoning bylaw, and that's because it's located in the Lancaster Heights subdivision, and the property is designated rural district in the county official plan. The application was circulated to all abutting property owners within 60 meters and applicable municipal staff, and to date, we've not received any comments from the public. Actually, I've had no comments whatsoever regarding this file from the public. Planning staff have provided comments and a recommendation in the planning report that was provided to the committee in advance of the meeting this evening, and we're recommending to approve the minor variance as requested. And I'll be happy to turn it over to you, Mr. Chair. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Linton. Was there anything that you would like to add on behalf of the applicants? Thank you. As there's no noticed members of public, any members from the any questions or comments from the committee, and if you are going to approve it, just give your reason. If you need the list of reasons, Mrs. Haley can provide them to you. Martin Lang.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Yeah, if there's no questions, I would be happy to move it, and the reason being that it's very minor in nature.
There were no questions or comments? Okay. Mr. McDonnell, seconding it? Okay, so it will be moved by Martin Lang, seconded by Sam McDonnell, that we approve this as presented because there's minor in nature was what you used. Thank you. All those in favor? Carried. There is a caveat if you want to go through that.
Sorry, for you, Mr. Linton, we will be issuing the notice of decision tomorrow, and the appeal period will expire on August the 2nd. And following that, your client will be able to apply for a building permit at any time after the August 2nd. Thank you.
Okay. Is there a next meeting planned, or just perhaps at the to be determined? All right. Mover and a second for adjournment. Sorry. So Sam McDonnell moves, seconded by Stephanie Jaworski, that we move to the call or close the meeting at the call of the chair at 6:23. All those in favor? Carried.